When it's 25 degrees out, Justine puts a jumper on.
I do not.
You do so.
Rubbish. How are we still married? Seriously.
Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride.
All right, so back in our happy place.
Yes. In a field full of horses.
Yep.
Oh, here comes our friend again. This horse will not leave us alone. It is the funniest thing.
Hello, mate. You want to be in the video? He's coming.
Don't eat the camera though, okay?
That's right. No doubt he'll be coming in and out of shot for a while, won't you, mate? Yep, he's just right there.
It's so beautiful.
So
anyway, sorry, we're so distracted here.
Yeah, we are. So on the road again after 3 months.
Wow. It's like starting all over again, isn't it?
It is. And you know what? It's so funny packing up yesterday. We had no idea what we were doing, did we?
I didn't know where things went.
It took so long.
It was raining.
Yep. But we loved every minute of it, didn't we?
It did. We did. I mean,
driving out that driveway from your brother's place, it was like...
Stay Sophie, sorry.
We're on our way. The horse has gone off now. But he'll probably walk around us in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like starting all over again. Even though we've been on the road for a year,
we were making
so many mistakes, and
it's like we're starting all over again. It was almost felt like that first day you're leaving. I mean, you all know what that feels like. That first day where you get in the car and you're like, oh my God, we're really doing this, and you hit the road. Yeah. Honestly, it felt like that all over again.
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling.
Yeah, it was really, really good. So look, we're not going to give away too much where we are because that's going to be in next week's episode.
Yes, it will be.
But what we thought we'd do today is, first of all, give you a rundown on some of the questions that you guys have been asking us, give you an update with where we are with the rig and the car and the weights and all that sort of stuff. We've had lots of comments on YouTube asking us these questions, and we have commented back on quite a few of them. We thought we'd give you all an update with where we are, and
there's a few repeat questions from different people, so we thought we might just answer a few of the common questions people were asking us, and then everyone can sort of hear the answers and get the answers, I suppose.
And then after that, we're going to give you a bit of a sneak peek of what happened with our Christmas. We had a bit of a Christmas celebration.
Our Christmas day.
Yep, so we're going to show you some of that and see you'll be able to meet the rest of our family and that sort of stuff, which would be great. So one of the questions that we've received, let me swipe open here.
We've got it here because we didn't want to forget them all.
All right, so the first one is, where are we at with the warranty work on the van? All right, so...
That's been the biggest one.
Yeah, so we've been pretty much stranded for 3 months because we didn't really want to go too far with the van in its state that it was, because we knew we had to come back here late November to get it sorted.
Yeah.
But the good news is, all the warranty work, with the exception of one item, is all done. Yeah, and it's pretty much as good as what it can be. There's still a few little issues there that hopefully over time they will...
I think they're just minor for us now. Like, we're so over it all, I think. We're just like, you know what? We just live with certain little things. It's just, that's how it is. I guess it's the same with a house.
Yeah.
You know, you always find little things that are just going to be sort of a constant sort of fix. Yeah. And it doesn't really faze us.
Yeah. We had the warranty work done by Torque Caravans down at the sunny coast, down in Caloundra, and they were really great, weren't they?
Yeah, they were great down there. Couldn't be more helpful, and they did such a good job.
They did, and they were very open with their communication, and they gave us lots of different options on how we could sort stuff out.
And just really reassuring, I think, and with everything that had been done.
Yeah.
So
they were really, really great.
It sort of helped us, I think. Yeah. I know when we originally dropped the van off, we were still quite distressed and exhausted and tired and emotional with the whole roller coaster ride we've had. Yeah. And then when we went to pick it up, I think, and they, I can't remember what happened.
Glenn came and spoke to us.
Yeah.
We had to take it back again because we picked the van up for the first time, and there was a couple of little items that still weren't quite right. So we took it back to them. They rang us up saying, look, bring it back straight away. So we took it back to them the next day.
And we just spent the day in Caloundra, didn't we? It was quite nice. We had a great swim in the ocean, and it was really good. And then, And
then we spoke to Glenn, and he went through everything that they'd done. And look, I think...
we felt really good when we left, didn't we?
Did,
it was almost like that, oh my gosh, this is coming to an end finally. And it was just so nice to have that reassurance that these are the things that are happening. We've now fixed this and this, and everything just felt right.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. We just felt like a weight was off our shoulders, and we could start moving forward.
Yeah, and then obviously after that we came back, and then we had to get ready for Christmas. So we were pretty stationary really from the time we'd gotten back originally from up north to pick up the van.
Yeah, to pick up the van. And that was because it was, like, everyone knows that everyone's so busy everywhere. So we had to wait to be booked in.
Yeah.
That's really, I mean, if they were available, we would have been in and out. But, you know, it's pretty hectic with all different stuff and workshops. So I guess I look at it and think, God, we're lucky to get in and only have to wait that, I think it was 2 months at the time, the wait to actually get booked in.
The original time we were going to get looked at was mid-January, which was just awful. But then they called us back. Glenn managed to get us in late November. So
yeah, I think because once they realised we lived in the van full time, I think they shuffled a few things because there was a few bookings that may have just been like holiday makers and people didn't really need their van because they were home for Christmas, and I think people were able to be shuffled around, which really helped us.
And originally they only had us booked in for 3 days, and then they realised it was going to take longer, but they just kept the van for nearly 2 weeks, I think, all in total. And
because we said, look, we'd rather you take as much time as you need without putting pressure on them, and rather than trying to fit it all in and have to come back and forth. We said, look, if you can keep the van here and work on it over that 2 week period in between all your jobs, that works for us better.
And that's exactly
and
what
then
they
they appreciated that. They said, oh, yes, that would be great if we could do that. That makes it easier for us as well. So
Glenn and Luke down at Talk Caravans did a great job. So thanks so much, guys.
Yeah. So that's one big tick. So the warranty work is done by one thing, which hopefully in the new year we will get fixed.
That sorted.
As long as it's done by the end of next year, we're sweet.
Well,
mid-year actually. Really. Mid-year, isn't it?
Yeah, we're heading south at the end of Feb. So
next year's our cold year.
Things will start to get a bit cooler from then on, so we definitely want to get it sorted before then. All right, so that's pretty much where we're at. And look, we don't really want to discuss it too much because we want to put it all behind us and we want to move forward, don't we?
Yeah, we've had it's been a really tough few months for us, and we're at a point where we just don't want to talk about it anymore because it's been. You don't see what goes on behind closed doors. Like, we've nearly killed each other at times, and we've had lots of tears, and it's just been really, really hard. And of course, living from place to place, obviously the caravan being our home, and when we didn't have it for that period, which was okay because we had somewhere to stay, luckily, between friends and family and people's blocks when we had the caravan stationary without it being in the workshop. We're very lucky that this all happened in our hometown. So we're super grateful, and I don't think we wore out our welcome too much, I don't think. So, we're lucky that we were here. We're very grateful. Otherwise, we would have been put up in hotels and things like that.
Well, we're back at home now and in our home.
Yeah, we're back in our home, our beautiful home on wheels.
We've left the sunny coast and, we're
for a break.
Good to go.
Back for the wedding towards the end of February.
Our daughter's getting married at the end of mid-Feb. So, and after that, we'll be on the road again, heading south, so it'll be great.
So for now, we're heading north, and we'll obviously start throwing in some videos now that we're back doing a few things, and then come mid-February, we'll be back on the sunny coast. We'll do the wedding, and we'll have a bit of a holiday ourselves down at the Gold Coast. Ahsoka, come. Sorry, the horse is coming back again. And then I think we'll head off. We'll head off full time, I think, in March. Late Feb.
Ahsoka,
come here.
So I'm trying to make sure Ahsoka doesn't run over there and get in the horse's face.
That's the plan. All right, so the next question.
I've had a lot of people asking us about the weights and so on, and how the Ram's going, and how the fuel consumption is with the Ram. All right, so we'll talk about fuel consumption first of all, because that's the easy one. So yesterday we travelled. It was really our first good go towing the caravan on the open road with the new Ram. So bearing in mind our van, with 100 litres of water or so in there, it weighs about 3.7 tonne. So it's a heavy van, right? This horse is literally right next to the camera.
Laughing at Ahsoka.
Ahsoka's going
She's
off
trying
a tree.
to have a sniff because the horse is so intrigued by Ahsoka.
I'm sure it's going to come over here in a minute. You're going to be able to see it. It's literally right here. So look, bearing in mind the van's 3.7 tonne. We heard lots of different horror stories about the Ram being really fuel guzzly and that so on. But we travelled 250 k's yesterday. We got 17.8 litres for every 100 kilometres on the Ram towing our van. 17.8. So that was about the same as our.
Okay.
That was about the same as our BT50.
Yeah.
So, you know, and the fact that it uses unleaded fuel. Hello, he's right here. The fact that it uses unleaded fuel, we're actually better off than what we were when we had the Ram and the Ranger in terms of money. So, you know, so we couldn't be happier about regarding the actual van being towed by our Ram as far as fuel consumption goes. So, and
not having to actually spend more money than we've already spent was a huge tick.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
We didn't, I mean, when we first put the question out there to the people, you know, owners of Rams, ourselves, a lot of people were sort of saying that you did need an upgrade, or you did need this, or you didn't need that. So we took everything on board, and then when we spoke to the dealership and
we spoke to David Evaluate as well.
Yeah.
The guy who's been taking care of a lot of our weights and so on, been weighing us and helping us get legal. So basically, our van, it weighs 3.7 tonne, all right? So, and that's with the stuff that we wanted to have in the van when we're travelling. So the Ranger, the BT50, couldn't do that because that only tows 3.5 tonne.
Yeah.
The ATM on the van is 4.5 tonne. So as far as van weights go, we're sweet. The Ram can tow 4.5. Now, if the van weighed 4.5 tonne, would be in a bit of strife because when you take into account the weight of the car, the weight of the Ram, and if the van was 4.5 tonne, the GCM would probably get wiped out.
Yeah.
So, but we only towed with 3.7, so we've got plenty of room there as far as the combined mass of the van and the car. What we did need to be a little bit careful was with the GVM of the car and the rear axle weight.
Yeah, and that was kind of the final thing that we were actually a little bit concerned about, and that we really wanted to make sure we got right. Yeah,
but look, it all turned out really well in the end. We came in underweight. With the help of the rear, the weight distribution hitch that we use, and also the rear airbags.
Yeah.
The rear axle's fine. The GVM is fine. We're all sweet.
And the van, I mean, I've only towed a couple of times previously to this van. So for me, it was really Tim who would know the difference because he's the one who tows.
Yep.
So in the car, sitting in the passenger seat, it felt really awesome.
Yeah.
But you were the one that felt the difference.
It's just like chalk and cheese. I mean, I thought the Ranger was good. That's a really great tow vehicle, by the way, the new Ranger. But
we would have kept it if we didn't need to.
Not knowing what you don't know, I tell you what, the Ram is just that next level.
And that's what all the people in the Ram owners page that we were talking to, they said, you guys aren't going to know yourself, and once you get there, you won't ever go back. Yeah. And we're like, oh, but we would if we had to. We would never go back now. And
it's true. I mean, it's just, the car is just effortless. And when it does need to drop down a couple of gears and you hear the roar of that V8, it's just...
It just knows what to do. Yeah. It's just the sound of it. We just love it. Every time we start it up, we just both smile at each other because
so cool.
It's such an awesome car. It has so much grunt. It just goes. You put your foot slightly down and it's gone.
Yeah, it's just, we got to make sure we're not speeding. That's
I know.
I think it's the biggest issue.
It's been a bit tough. A few times we found ourselves speeding, going, oh my God, I didn't realise we're going that fast.
Yeah.
So,
but it is an amazing vehicle. So if any of you are thinking about, getting a Ram or upgrading your tow vehicle, I think these American trucks really are the next level.
They are, but there's one thing, I haven't actually asked anyone this yet. So we've been back and forth about this. The rear window in the middle slides open, over the back of the tray. What is it used for?
Oh, we're going to put some footage on the back.
Just so you know what we're talking about. We actually want to know, what do people use it for? Why is it there? I mean, Riley thinks it's super cool. The dog can stick her head out if she wants to, but we don't generally open it at all.
The only thing I can think of is maybe in America when it gets really cold and icy, that if you open that window, you can then see through the rear view mirror. But that would just let in all the snow and the ice.
I know, so it's like...
So I don't know. It's got to have a purpose, but I don't know what purpose it is.
Yeah, so we'd love to know. It's just been, some of the stuff we've heard back has been hilarious.
Yeah.
We've been in stitches over what it could be used for. So if you guys have any top tips on that, that would be awesome if you get back to us.
So if you got a Ram, let us know what that back window's for. I've even asked the dealer. And we asked Simon down at Village Motors, and he didn't have any idea why it was there either. So I don't know.
So yeah, hit us with that, because it's quite funny. Some of the things people come up with as to what you can use it for.
Yeah.
Hit us up, because we're in for a laugh as well.
Yeah.
So that's your homework for this week.
Yeah, but those rear airbags, by the way, in the Ram are amazing. So like when we put our tow ball weight is 360, we put that on the ball, on the car. The car hardly moves at all. It's just...
It's definitely a big
It's
tip.
amazing, yeah. So we're really enjoying that.
Sunseeker.
All right, so the next one. All right, so we've had a lot of questions about distant ed and how we look after Riley on the road as far as his education goes. So it's definitely not without its challenges, but and we've definitely been through a bit of an evolution with Riley. So basically, some of you may know I'm a school teacher, so I am a bit of a Nazi when it comes to schoolwork. So one of the things...
You're probably the strict parent. That's probably the only time you're the strict parent, because your teacher mode kicks in.
Yeah, one of the things I was really... When we thought about hitting the road, I really wanted to continue Riley in his education, and because I know obviously it's really, really important, but...
well, he's a super smart kid, and he needs to be stimulated and pushed a little bit, because he really thrives.
And he gets bored if he doesn't get stimulated.
So we're lucky academically he's up there, which is really good.
He's so clever. But when we first started, we started on distant ed, and we did a term of distant ed. Or was it? No, we did 2 terms. Did term 4 and then term 1 of last year, distant ed, and we realised at the end of term 1 it just wasn't working out for us, because... Wow.
The horse agrees.
And the
So I wasn't sure what that is.
So it wasn't working out for us. So what we did is that we swapped from distant ed to Euchre.
Yeah.
So Euchre is basically just there for people who want to homeschool their kids, and they basically buy a curriculum from Euchre. And that's been amazing, because that with my teaching and Justine's input and our guidance, Riley is really thriving on the road.
I'm the fun mum when it comes to schooling.
Yeah, but so obviously Riley is learning an enormous amount on the road, and not just from the things he's seen, but the people he's met. He is learning amazing skills on the road, being able to grow a bit more in confidence, meeting people who he doesn't know. It can be hard for Riley, because when he does meet new friends, within a few days of him meeting those friends can go away.
Can leave, because they're moving on to the next spot.
Because they're moving on. So obviously that can be very difficult for him, but we've managed to keep in touch with so many of these people online. And
he's a lot better knowing now that there's kind of a plan in place. I think knowing that if he makes friends with people, we can definitely still stay in touch with them.
And
that's probably the area where he struggles a little bit. He's very quiet. He's quite shy when he first meets people. And as soon as he meets them and they break the ice, it's great. The kids have been best friends for years. They run around and they play with each other, and they're disappearing into each other's vans. That initial contact for him, and we've noticed actually today, because we haven't been on the road doing that consistently the last 3 months, he's gone back into his shell a little bit. And he's just a bit nervous to go up to the trampoline or the pool or go on the bike track by himself, because he's a bit shy, and he's like, there's lots of groups of kids, because obviously it's New Year's Eve, so there's a lot of grouped kids, so we will just have to get out there with him today and just go and meet some of the parents with the kids. Like, that's usually how if you've got the shy child, we just need to step up as parents to help him get over that little barrier and go and chat to the parents, and then before you know it, the kids have left us, and we're all sitting together having a drink, and the kids have taken themselves off somewhere else. So
Riley is not an only child. He does have he has a brother and a sister, but they're older than him, so they've actually already left home. So when he's on the road, he is like an only child.
He always says, I'm an only child.
But in saying that, like, he is learning really, really well. He's learning terrific skills that I think will help him later on. And the most important thing is what we are teaching him, I think, is that we're teaching him resilience and being able to adapt to different environments. And I think that's something that all kids need to learn.
I think it's definitely being on the road for Riley. is really helping him with his social skills and his interactions and just learning that kind of language, I guess, when you're out and about, because he did get quite a bit of bullying when he was younger because he is that quiet kid. He's not exactly the most athletic kid, so he's not out there being a hardcore sportsman kid, and that sometimes he feels a bit left out. But every kid's different. It's, we just try to explain to him that, how boring life would be if we were all the same.
Yeah.
So that's great. You don't want to be into sports full time. But he loves to play cricket. He loves to kick the ball around. He likes to get out there, but he doesn't follow a specific sport. He's kind of an all-rounder.
Yeah.
So once he gets that, and then, of course, if he meets a kid, boy or girl, that has the similarities he has, they latch on to each other. And you can just tell, like, the relationships he's built in, over the last year on the road have been... It's been really nice to watch.
Yeah.
And then when we've split paths and we've continued that, and then we've met up again and we haven't seen each other for a year, it's like the kids were together yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a really good thing. Yes, it can be hard at times on the road with schooling and friendships and all the emotional attachments. But all in all, I think for Riley and for what we're doing is the best thing for him.
Yeah.
And if you ask him about school, he says he's never going back to school. Whether that changes when he becomes a teenager and he wants to get more into that kind of a zone and away from us, we'll see.
I guess we'll see.
We'll give it a few years and see where he stands then.
See where he goes. He's going into year 6 next year, so I think we've still got a couple more years left in us before that might happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's a question for you, babe.
Okay.
Have you got the van exactly the way you want it inside yet?
Oh my God, no. It looks like a bomb's gone off in there. Are you kidding? No.
So,
the van at the moment, it looks really clean, but if you open a cupboard, everything's falling out. Everything's everywhere at the moment. I'm so unorganised and it's driving me mad. Okay, so as we're discussing, the caravan looks like a bomb at the moment. This is the second day back in the van, and I just want to show you that the caravan does not look like a perfect showroom caravan all the time. That's usually once a week when I've cleaned it. That only lasted maybe 1 or 2 days. So I just wanted to show you guys where it is today, and then hopefully I can get this done and I'll be able to show you what it looks like once it's a bit more tidier. So this is after literally us leaving my brother's and being in here for a day and a half maybe. So we've got all my washing on the bed, we've got helmets and tripods, camera gear that I've half moved, got all the stuff up in the cupboards, all the games and stuff and the oils. It's not too bad, I'll show you. There's all the mess on the bed that I have to go through. And then you go up the top is where we've got our games. I think I've shown you that before. That's pretty organised. We haven't even taken the bikes off the front of the caravan yet. Poor Riley's still waiting to go for a ride. I'm not going to show you my wardrobe, I don't think. It's just trashed. Okay, I have to show you my wardrobe apparently. This is my wardrobe. It's really full and I need to do something about it because I have too many clothes. Like, I genuinely have too many clothes. So I just have to figure out how to eliminate something that I don't need. The boys are here, Tim's editing, Riley's playing his game. We've been swimming and playing the game of life and running around with the soaker, and so we're all a bit tired today. So up here, it's just full. Stuff everywhere. Pretending to work hard.
Oh, I am working hard.
Really hard. Definitely not working hard. No.
Well, I am my game.
Of course you are. Just to have all our washing up that I did this morning. I don't like putting stuff away. It's so annoying. Well, I think all our normal cupboards are pretty good. No, see, I've still got packing stuff in here that I haven't even taken out. I literally shoved these in here because I don't know, I just couldn't be bothered to make sure everything didn't hit each other or break. So I literally just threw towels and stuff in to stop everything moving. I know it's really slack, but I was so tired. I haven't even made Riley's bed this morning. It's just, everything's just like left as it was when he woke up this morning. This is our new home at the moment for the scooter. No idea where we're going to be putting the electric scooter, but that was a purchase after Christmas. This is the cupboard I've just pretty much chucked. It's absolutely trashed in here. I just don't know. It's half empty. I've just shoved everything in there. There's actually a keyboard in there somewhere in the side section. I think that's just been shoved to the back behind the coats. And then all the drawers, they're all the same. I mean, you get the gist. You know, the bathroom is actually pretty good. The bathroom's not too bad. That's just sort of like an easy basic. Everything's just sort of in there. But the rest of the caravan, oh my God.
It's a mess.
Who messed it up?
Not me. Well, maybe a little bit.
Never you. This dog, I tell you what, lives the life. Hey, little Sokes, you having another nap? Hey? So, that's pretty much us. As you can see, I've got my work cut out for me. I really need to get this place into shape pretty quickly. So, he's hoping I can get it done in time for the video so you actually see the after and not just the horrendous before. Because I want everything to have a spot, but I want everything weight distribution evenly throughout the van. That's a big thing for me.
Justine's very good at that.
I'm a bit of a Jenga. I like to I like to have everything positioned so you can open the cupboard and you can see what's in front of you. I hate having to open a cupboard and pull 10 things out to get what I want at the back. So we've got the room for it. I mean, we've still got cupboards. They look like they're full, but they're empty. Nowhere near full. It's just because when we left my brother's yesterday, I literally just shoved towels and pillows and extra stuff that we probably don't even need in all the cupboards. So while we're here for a week. We're only here for 4 days, but we've just added another 2 days onto it so we can just actually get on top of our home, repack it nicely, neatly, and eliminate half my wardrobe because for some reason, I don't know why, but I feel like I've doubled everything of my clothes.
Know why. Hello. I won't tell you how many spending sprees you went on when we were back home. Oh, this is nice. I might buy this.
Well, I have to eliminate some of my stuff. Do you know what? It's been a long time since I've been in a shopping centre, and I've been about 20 since we've been back.
Yeah.
So I have got a bit of work ahead of me, I think.
You do.
And I'll have it all cleaned up, and I might do a quick little vid of all the cupboards once I'm actually reorganised.
I think that's
so
a really
you guys
good
can
idea.
see.
We'll put some footage over the top of the way the van looks at the moment.
Oh God. Okay. Are you sure you want to see that?
Yeah, I think so.
A before and after, okay.
Before and after.
It'll take a week to get the after, I think.
Yeah. But look, the van is such a beautiful van inside. I mean, it's just stunning, isn't it? And
yeah, we love it.
We're so looking forward to just living in it forever long we can at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean,
we feel so lucky.
How can you not? I mean, it's got everything that we need. It's got so
beautiful.
much space in there. It's beautiful. Last night we were able to sleep with all the windows and everything open, and it was just amazing.
It was really pretty.
Looking out the roof, you can see the stars.
Yeah, I saw the moon there for a little bit.
The moon, it was just, it's
we'll
like...
drop a picture of that over the top too.
We just felt home again.
Yeah, it is our home. And I think that was the feeling I got last night when we were cooking dinner outside. I felt like we're actually home again, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's... Wow, these horses are incredible, aren't they?
Hey, beautiful.
Sunseeker,
stop.
The horses are just coming up to us and just saying hello. I think they just wanted to say hello and see what this little runt is.
Well, I think also this is their shade shelter as well as picnic tables.
Yeah,
so the humans share it with the horses.
Yeah.
But
they're so friendly, aren't they?
Oh, they're just beautiful. You can't actually approach the horses yourself, but if the horses approach you, that's fine apparently. We did have in the last video my juicer machine.
Oh, yeah.
That, I got for Christmas. That we've been using every single day. It's amazing.
The juicer that Justine was going to swap the Thermomix for, which Thermomix somehow is still travelling with us.
The Thermomix is still coming. It was one of those moments where I really didn't think I used it enough, and then we had dinner with some friends and they were like, are you sure you don't want to take it? You could do this, this and this. It is coming into summer. And I'm like, oh my God, I actually forgot how much we use the Thermomix.
Ahsoka's about to walk behind a horse.
She's a bit silly. She's still learning.
Yeah.
They sort of reminded us of just how much you can use it in summer. So
I think we actually need to show everyone how we can use the Thermomix in summer a lot more, like for all the mango smoothies and
we use it for a lot of ices and sorbets and all that kind of stuff.
We should do that next week.
And that usually brings a lot of the kids around to the caravan because it makes so much. And Riley's like, oh, we're making watermelon sorbet. Do you want to come over? And then the next minute you've got 20 kids at your caravan. You're like, okay, let's make another batch.
Mango daiquiris and...
Yes, they're amazing.
Yeah.
So we do sorbet for the kids and daiquiris for us.
So the original deal of swapping the juicer for the Thermomix didn't quite happen.
So I'm winning big time.
Yeah.
Although you get your juice made every morning.
Oh, that's true.
So
I get lots made.
It's a win-win.
I know.
See? You get nice food and
Yeah.
I get my appliances.
Yeah.
But like the reason I brought that up is because we can still use them totally off-grid, not connected to power.
Yeah.
And that's what sometimes blows my mind because it just really is like a house because we can just be anywhere. And it's just, I love it when I'm like, I just made all of this from the power of the sun.
Yeah,
I know
really
it might
cool.
sound silly, but like, it's just really cool, I think.
It's free.
And it doesn't cost
So
anything.
look, I'm just going to pan the camera around so that you can see these horses because they're pretty cool. Hang on a sec. How cool are they?
It's nap time.
So, I reckon, baby,
Yes.
I've got to get this back to where it was.
Come here, Soki.
I reckon that'll probably do us for today. I think I'd like to show some footage of our Christmas day.
Yeah, we did have a lot of questions, but we just wanted to like get those three out because they were like consistent questions.
Yeah.
Those three questions.
So look, we're not going to harp on any of the things that have happened in the past anymore because I think even just for our own
mental state.
I mean,
We just want to put
it was
it all
a really,
behind
really
us.
hard time, but we've moved on, and it's time for us to get on with what we really love to do.
Yeah. So we want you guys to move on with us.
Yeah, that's it. Let's move on, and we're legal, we're safe, we're happy.
We have our
and
home.
Our home is looking great, and now we're just going to go for it, aren't we?
Yeah. So come March, it'll be a full-on go.
Yeah.
Which will be awesome.
The next month is going to be great too, though.
I know, but I sort of feel like this is a holiday at the moment because we've been home. I feel like we're just going away for a month's holiday, coming back, having the wedding, and then come March is when we'll be back on the road full time again. That's how I feel.
And we've made some big decisions for next year too, which I don't know. We're not really gonna. Are we gonna say what it is?
I don't know. Did you want to know what it is?
Nah.
Let's keep you waiting till next video. We'll let you in on that in the next video. What our actual plans are, what we've booked, and what we're doing. And it's very exciting, and it's going to be very cold.
Yeah, it'll be very cold.
Next year's our cold year, so just get used to this t-shirt and shorts. I will be in puffer jackets, beanies, long socks. I'll be in everything because I'll be freezing for the whole year next year.
Justine does so well with the cold, don't you, mate?
It's a little breezy now.
When it's 25 degrees out, Justine puts a jumper on.
I do not.
You do so.
Rubbish.
It's so cold.
He's exaggerating.
It's so cold.
How are we still married?
I don't know.
Seriously.
Anyway. All right. Well,
we've got to get back to Riley now, so we probably should head back up to the van.
And we'll catch up next week.
I wanted this! This is awesome! We're off with 2022 book! Thank you! That's good! Open it. Open it.
Pokemon Scarlet! Who would have guessed?
Yes! The game of life! Yes! I got it! That's awesome! God! What? Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god! Yes! I love this!
Jingle them bells and frolic. Oh, by gosh, some stolly. Eggnog, gin and tonic make Yuletide gay and jolly. Same procedure every year. I just can't get enough. I drink till Rudolph reappears. A toast to him, that red-nosed dear. Jingle them bells and frolic, it's the best day of the year.
Come fly with me now, Rudy. I'm
I count the hours and minutes till the last week of December. For me the Christmas spirits flow as early as September. It's the best of seasons, come and raise your glass and sing. No need for other reasons. Glory to the newborn King. I drink to Santa and his helpers too. Here's to mistletoes and here's to you. Jingle them bells and frolic, come, let's sing and dance and cheer. It's the best time of the year, the best day of the year. Yes, it is the best day of the year. Hear, hear.